The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, The Money Masters.
Let's go to Carlos in California. Hey, Carlos, what's going on?
I want to thank you guys for all that you do for TFNN. I've been a Tiger for over 10 years. Actually, started listening to you before I even speak a word of English.
Oh, really?
And the thing that captivated me was when you make like, rawr. I was like, wow, what is that?
That is so cool. And where are you from?
I didn't take it serious. I'm from the south, actually the northwest part of Mexico.
I love
right
it.
next to Guayabitos.
Okay.
It's close to Puerto Vallarta.
Okay, cool.
Yes, and I listen from there, and then when I arrived here, I married my wife, and then I keep listening to your radio station.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
It's such a great thing.
Now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out there with us. We get the Dow right now up 122, NASDAQ up 19, S&Ps are up 12. We got gold up 7, silver's up 48, platinum's up 20. Let's see, bonds are down 21. King Dollar, what are they doing to King Dollar? Down 55
King Dollar's
ticks.
up the building.
King Dollar.
But King Dollar's back.
King Dollar's back,
Dollar's
man.
back.
Watch out. Watch out. Let me tell you. Let's go over to King Dollar first. You know, yesterday, King Dollar made it all the way back. Today, it's right down to the bottom again, and we'll see whether she can make it all the way back. You know, bottom line is that you're looking at 14,000 contracts. You're going to love this one. You know, because, of course, Steve owns every candle out there.
That's right.
And that's his last engulfing. And this is always a tricky one.
I love it.
It's always a tricky one because a last engulfing, folks, looks so bearish, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the signal on a last engulfing is that on the following day, tomorrow, you just have to close one tick above the low. So it's going to be interesting because we're only doing 14,000 contracts versus 31. And yes, it is only 10 o'clock Eastern time, but in the dollar index, most of the volume is done by 11:15.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, what is cool about that is it's actually, you know, made this little Gertley pattern up there, or butterfly pattern.
Yes.
And oftentimes the full move on that is a 1.272. Now, this was 1.618, so it still could move down to there, but, you know, it's held that 1.272 area. Must that, you know, it's going to be down at 78.01.
What a ride.
Which would really put some, should put some juice in the marketplace. But, you know, for being up 120, it's not the euphoria that people are.
Let me tell you something, folks. The NASDAQ is absolutely showing, okay, there is no juice, man. I mean, the NASDAQ, you know, okay, absolutely. The market in general, okay, has had every shot to go to the moon. Yesterday it should have went to the moon.
Yeah.
Didn't handle it, right? This morning it should go to the moon. Can't handle it. And, of course, this morning what you have weighing on the marketplace is that, you know, there's no doubt that there's no conviction up, there's no conviction down.
There hasn't been.
But individually, okay, their stocks have got hammered on the way down. Amazon's the next one this morning. You know, so you have individual stocks, and that's normally how it starts. You get 1, you get 2, you get 3, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Amazon, you know, if you take a look at that on the weekly, you know, so it'll be interesting to see where this thing holds. But on the weekly, this is setting up to make a nice move down to the 100 range, 116 or so.
Oh yeah, 119's game. Always man is game.
And the reason why I told people, you know, note that on your notepad, because if it does get down there, that's going to likely be a good buy.
Exactly. So, and people will be running.
Yeah.
But that's right. No, and it's sticking out like a sore thumb, folks. You got 119.65 sticking out, and if that baby ever breaks that 119, 113, then you got the original breakout, which is 91.70.
Right. It's going on my watch list.
Yeah. No, totally.
Whether it gets down there, you know, time will tell.
Yeah. Well, you know, what's so funny is that this morning I heard that, Amazon's expanded as much as Walmart. It's like, what are you, crazy? It's like, they're not even close. Walmart, you have a situation that, you know, bricks and mortar, you can't go any further. I mean, Amazon's a whole different animal.
Yeah. You know, think of the millions of square feet of space Walmart has under ownership.
Yeah, exactly.
Whew.
And what Amazon has, of course, they need the warehouses, but they can build the warehouses in the middle of nowhere next to airports. And, Amazon's going to end up so big, folks, and they are right now, that they're going to end up with their own airports.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, why? It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? You build an airport in the middle of nowhere. That's your central place going in and out.
Yeah.
And if you owned a UPS or Federal Express, that's not a big deal. You're going in and out of there.
Yeah. So when I had my crystal business, and the crystal business, one of the first things that we not one of the first things, one of the things that we had the opportunity to do was to take the crystal product and put it into all the drugstores. So the first one that we nailed was turned out to be Walgreens. It was Eckerd. So the first one we nailed, which was Eckerd, which was headquartered down here in Tampa.
Right.
And it was right when they were doing the changeover. I can't remember if they merged with CVS or Walgreens. I can't recall which one they
Eckerd went with CVS.
CVS, okay. So once we got the Eckerd business, we then got the CVS business, which is all up and down the
started in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
And the crystal product. Now we were the vendor that provided the crystal product. They had other folks that were out there providing photo to canvas, T-shirts, coffee mugs, that whole bit. Well, what ended up happening is, because we operated from the day that I started that business, we were operating 24 hours a day. And there's nothing like having a business where you have the business where you're going 24 hours a day. Right. And our biggest days of the year were July 4th, were Thanksgiving, were Christmas, were New Year's Eve was always the biggest day of the year. So we're mentally already geared up to be working 365 days a year.
Right.
And during the holidays when people want things, to be able to provide that service.
Big time.
Whereas the other vendors that were supplying Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, they were running like normal businesses. They didn't have that same intensity.
Right.
And when they ran into customer service problems during the first year that we had that, they would give us a call and say, we got a customer service problem. Can you solve this for us? Wow. Send them a free crystal. Here's this or what have you. Send them and it would immediately be out the door.
Right.
Well, as we started expanding the business, as we started taking on, after that first go through, they said, okay, now we need you to get into the T-shirt, coffee mug, because if you guys have that kind of a distribution system,
much better.
Sure. And we took a look at actually opening up inside FedEx.
Right.
Same thing. So that was a long way to get to Amazon being their own airport. Because what we took a look at was, we always took a look at what was our constraint. Because what the drugstores loved was our service. And we said, hey, how can we improve this?
Right.
What can we do to improve it? And we said, just imagine if the airplane was right there.
No, totally.
How much more time you could have. And
it's so funny about that.
That's really what it's all about.
It is. No, and in distribution, that's what it absolutely is about. Making a customer happy.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Totally.
Amazing.
Yes, I love it.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yes.
So look at it's pretty amazing. So the Dow, you get up $138.
Right.
But the NASDAQ just can't get going. And the NDX, and the NDX is where it's at, folks. Just let's look at this NDX for a second. See. Okay, so inside the NDX, you get Seagate, Broadcom, Mylan, and Express Script that are putting juice into it. Amazon, C.H. Robinson, Activision, and Akamai has taken it out of it. Now, if we actually just look at where we're sitting here, the baby is struggling so intensely, man, and it's been the same place for a couple weeks now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it has.
And the real key is going to be like, okay, what is the next large stock in the NDX that is going to get croaked?
Yeah.
And we'll see. Amazon, no doubt, wanted to get down there. See, the thing that's kind of neat is that Amazon, we've been talking about, we knew where the baby wanted to go. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to go there, folks, but...
Right. No, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And Google, okay, right now, whenever you see a gap away, folks, and Google has two of them already.
Yes.
You gap down on the 9th with 5 million shares.
Yeah.
You gap down on the 20th with 10 million shares. Now, where my head's going with all of this. So picture what you have here, folks. What you can expect today is this. You can expect the Facebook IPO to get priced.
Yeah.
And, this is going to be one of the fastest, it's not priced, filed and priced.
Yeah. Yeah.
So normally, this is how it works. Normally, there's no way that you do a filing, folks, and then you're pricing the baby and pushing out. They are going to push this baby out as quick as they can.
Yeah.
And that's what you have happening, which is holding this market up right now.
Yeah.
And when I say holding it up, they'll do everything they can to push this out. And more than likely, that push out, I suspect, will be successful, because if you had 800 million people, I mean, sure. I can't picture it not being successful.
Yeah.
That will hit Google slightly, keep the market up, and then bye-bye. See you, don't want to be you.
Yeah. They've got to figure out how to make a transition. Having that customer base.
Right.
And most companies, if you talk about, if you had a business, most folks they're spending their time on, trying to be able to get customers, be able to get clients. Okay,
That's right.
They've got the clients.
They
do.
do.
What they've got to do is make sure they don't make the Netflix mistake.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
Which was make a small change that all of a sudden totally demolished.
That's right.
Not that they can't come back from it, but from a stock standpoint, which is what we're talking about. To folks is, Netflix made a small change that took the stock from, cut it in half or more.
Big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go to Jim in Brandon. Hey, Jim, what's going on?
Good morning, sir. How y'all doing?
We're doing great,
Good,
man. How you
thank
been?
You guys look good on TV.
Oh, thank you. I love it.
I'm just curious about this stock that had a big run-up 3 or 4 days ago. Thank you. I had to wave back, but you couldn't see me.
Oh, that's great.
Well,
That's
you know,
great.
we want to. I know this voice. We want to know first who's going to be the best wrestler in Florida this year.
The best wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many. There's Rossi Bruno.
Yeah.
There's Kevin Nordstrom. There's Clark Glass. And Brandon High School will probably win their 12th straight wrestling championship in a row.
Oh,
really?
That's cool.
This
That's
guy is
cool.
one of the best
That's
wrestling
cool.
coaches in probably the country.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So, Brand, you know what's amazing? Let me ask you something, right? I guess this gets cool. If you build a good foundation, right, then you're so solid that people keep wanting to go, like Brandon High School, right?
Amen.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yeah.
That's interesting, man, how that works.
Everybody accuses us of recruiting. We don't recruit. They come to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
He's had such a great program. It's just unbelievable. He's probably the best wrestling high school coach in America.
Really?
Russ Kozart.
That is so cool, man. Okay, let's take a look at Ren.
What price would you get in if you get in?
Yeah, it's close. I know what you're saying. This is kind of interesting. Okay, so you get Ren. Okay, this is, let's see. They operate website. The low's $3. The high's $24. They lose 30 cents. You get, let's see. So this little baby here, let me bring this back. I believe this is one of them that got destroyed, right? Went from heaven to hell? Well, not really. I see. Oh,
It's
so
just
yeah, well,
from
it's an
its
IPO that went from heaven to hell.
It did.
$34 down to $5. Okay, so now you get it. Well, this is where you're going to need this patience here, man, because what you did today is that you got the 532. Now you can make the argument at 532 that 529 could have been a buy, but the way that I always look at these is that you take the volume that we're coming into today, right? So you're already at 5.8 million, right? You see how the first day of strength on the way up, you had 16 million, Jim?
Yes, sir.
This is too much coming back into it. Because you're already at 5.8, even though, so it's like,
Good
okay,
point.
man,
Very good. That's right.
that means that you're going to go to the bottom of that, so $4 is the buy. And it is the buy, though, because, this thing...
Because you had a good breakout.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got a
that's
consolidation from $4 to $6.80.
So you think it'll come back to 404?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, brother.
All right, I'm going to be patient. I appreciate that.
Have
You
a
guys
great
look
one,
good.
man. Have a
Thank
safe
you.
one.
All right.
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling. We're going to be right back. You stay right there, folks.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you seek to maximize your returns. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow up 146, NASDAQ up 21, S&P's up 13. And let's go to Tom in Pittsburgh. Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Hey, Steve.
What's happening?
We're getting spring up here.
I heard it's going to be like 60 degrees, right?
I know. I was outside last night in just a hoodie, and I couldn't believe it's like April up here.
Yeah, totally.
So I hope it continues.
Listen, you only have another, what? Well, it's February 1st. I mean, you can get buried with snow the next couple of weeks, but then the sun's going to come out and get rid of it pronto, so.
I know. We got buried a couple of weeks ago in snow, and it warmed up, and the snow was almost all gone in a few days.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah, and it seems to be consistent just simply across the country. It is. We have quite a few listeners in the Colorado area, and they're struggling with snow out there.
Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer for them, though. I mean, they need that white gold, man.
They do.
I know, because if this continues year after year, I won't have any urge to go back to Florida.
Oh no, but no, this is what's so cool. You know what's happening in Florida now? This is amazing, folks. Okay, I'm not kidding. Last summer, it seemed to me that it was actually a little cooler. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's just the opposite of what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay? In cooler in Florida, folks, for the miserable 12 weeks that can get humidity-wise pretty bad, 2 or 3 degrees makes a huge difference.
No, it does.
We had a great summer.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I lived down there a few years ago, we had a cool summer.
Yeah.
Well, for
listen, I'd never give it up. Coming right out of Boston, anyway, you can't even be in Boston in the summer. I mean, Boston, the humidity is, and same with Pittsburgh. It's through the walls. I mean, we're in the middle of the city in the summer. So I forget it, man. You got to go to the Cape, so.
Well, anyway, I did get a call from a recruiter in Dunedin, and he said, do you ever think about coming back to Florida? And I said, yeah, when it snows.
When it snows. And folks, Dunedin is beautiful, man. You'll go right.
It's a gorgeous town.
Oh, I love going around in the water there. It's beautiful. Man.
Yeah. Well, I got a question. I was looking at the lunar dates, and I know we had Apogee yesterday or the day before.
2 days ago. Yeah, we had a first quarter moon yesterday and Apogee on Monday.
So I've been looking at these charts. I got on my short positions. I said, this looks like we may have a upthrust. Maybe clear out all the short positions.
Yeah, that's certainly one possibility. You bet.
And then I'm looking at the lunar dates, and I'm seeing that the new moon's the full moon's coming in next Tuesday. So
Correct.
My question is this: I'm thinking that maybe we might be drifting up into the new full moon. What's your opinion?
I don't know whether we're going to drift up into it or not. We're up against such great the lunar aspects have not been firing off as they have in the past. So what I'm doing is kind of being aware of the lunar aspects, but just kind of leaving it off to the side right now. And really, I've always taken a look at the lunar aspects. They are better when they are completing. I take a look at almost from a timing standpoint, but I'd rather look at the pattern. Whether it's a Gartley, a butterfly, a test of a swing point, and lining up there. So I would just simply take a look at the full moon coming in on Tuesday, and then wherever the market is at, if that is a timing sequence that lines up with some other pattern, then that's helpful. Then that puts a little bit more energy into it. But right now they haven't been working well enough in order to be able to, in my opinion, make a trading decision. And it's really just take a look at the overall markets. We have not had conviction on the way up or conviction on the way down.
No, we haven't.
And until when that conviction shows up, it'll make things a lot easier to trade.
Well, here's what I'm doing, and correct me, if maybe I'm missing something. I know the triple Qs are over its highs.
Right.
But the SPY and the diamonds, I'm waiting for it to retest those highs and seeing how it reacts at that point. Because I think we're going to test, we're in range, in my opinion, to test those highs. So I don't want to go short at this point.
Right. Yeah, no, look, I'm on board. I have trades set up to go either way. I'm just waiting for the market to decide what it wants to do. So, which is beautiful. In the first hour, I had a call from Mike in Lakeland, and I said this is one of this. We may never see all the indexes, the ETFs, set up like this for a while to come. But you've got all these great patterns. One way or another, it's going to break, and when it does, that's going to give us a ton of information. But right now, just the mere testing at these highs isn't doing anything for us.
Okay.
But that's my take. That's not Tom's take. That's my take, baby. He's got downtown written all. It's on the back of his shirt. Downtown,
man. It's a beautiful thing. Hey, man, have a great one. Have a safe one. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We appreciate you out there growling and prowling with us. We get the Dow up 143. NASDAQ up 21. S&P's up 13. We're going to be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in the equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game, risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. And you know what, folks? All you bulls out there, you better get that NASDAQ 100 going, because I'm telling you something, man. You can't get that NDX going, you're not going anywhere.
I love it.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, it's actually amazing. It's because, the Dow, they're going to bring the top line number up there again.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have here. We have... Yeah, big deal. You get 195 million shares traded. That's the lowest I've seen in quite a while. So you get an hour into it, 195 million. That's not going to go anywhere. Now, granted, all you bears out there, okay, every time you have a shot at basically taking us downtown, you're not doing it either.
That's right.
So let's go to Rick in Colorado. Rick in Colorado. Hey, Rick, what's going on?
Masters, what's going on?
What's happening, brother? How you been?
Pretty good.
Good. We got to get some white gold out there for you.
Well, they're calling for possibly on Thursday into Friday this week to have a little bit of snow.
Oh, that's good. Well, you need a lot of snow, though. You need everyone to think that Colorado has all the snow, so getting in a plane and get that cash going out there, man.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty bad. I've talked to a number of folks at the airport when I'm walking around who've gone up to ski, and they just tell me the conditions are really poor.
What a bummer.
Yeah. We'll have to go take a look at that Aspen public company, see how their stock's doing.
Yeah. What's funny is that the guy that runs that, I knew him I didn't know him personally, but I did business with him when he ran Pan Am.
Oh, okay.
And that was
cool. That was a while ago.
That was 1984 or 83. Yeah, isn't that sick? I know. Seriously, man.
Well, if you take a look at MTN, which is Vail Resorts, it's kind of like doing nothing. So
that's the one we're talking about.
Yeah,
That's who it is. Yeah, exactly. So you want to go look at good old McEwen, huh?
Can you update us what's going on with him? I was kind of shocked the other day when UXG was stopped and halted. I'm kind of like, what's going on with this?
Oh, that's been going on for a long time. Yeah, Rob McEwen, folks, okay, he was combining two companies. And that was actually in the works for about 8 months. So the new company, folks, UXG, Miranda, and now it's McEwen Mining, okay? The low's 293, the high's 987. They lose 36 cents, and more than likely you'll hear, Rob's coming on, you're going to hear a lot more about it. He has big plans for this company, so what he wants to do, he wants to get this in the S&P 500. So he's got work to do. There's no doubt about that. I mean, what you do have, let me just see this for a second. So in order to, get in the S&P 500, number one, you got to start pushing some big numbers out. And right now, there are two exploration companies that plan on being producers, and Rob has the track record, so. Now, do you own this? You're looking to buy it. Did you own UXG?
No, I don't. I'm just trying to understand what to do or when is a good time to buy it on this one.
Okay, so what you have is this. Now, you absolutely have to understand, folks, that the juniors and the exploration companies are as volatile as, forget it. It's you want volatility, they have volatility. Just looking at this equity here, and you make the case it went from 38 cents to $10, back to $2.99. How's that? Okay,
that's a little volatility.
That's a little volatility. So we got to sign a straight off the bottom. I expect you're going to see you're at 585. I would first wait to see how this gets into the 508 level. I expect you'll see too much volume at the 508 level, and the buy will be somewhere down around 370. You can go back. I know every one of his companies, and what ends up happening is that if you understand, meaning the mining business in general, and understand the personality stocks inside his companies, you're going to be fine. But he has plenty of folks that have faith in him. I don't think anyone that's ever put any money into him has lost any money, as long as they didn't get too greedy.
Yeah.
If you got too greedy, you're done. But what you have to absolutely understand is that you better sell when they're up a couple 100%, and you want to buy when they're low. And if you don't sell, you won't make any money.
That's about as good of advice as you can get.
Well, I've seen it.
Well,
I've seen it. So we have some patience, and you're going to buy the retracement, man.
Sounds like a plan. We'll just watch it like a hawk.
Okay,
Perfect.
man. Have
Perfect.
a great one. Have a safe one.
What I like about that advice, it's just like running a business. It's collecting your receivable. It's really what it's all about.
It's what it's about, and that's what Rob McEwen does, folks. And that's what you have to absolutely. I know Rob too. I've had conversations with 2 hours at a time.
Yeah.
And that's what he does, and you have to understand that it's absolutely a business. He goes in and out of these mines like we can go in and out of, whatever it is, a candy bar. And he puts his money in, but the bottom line is that, he'll go in, I'll give you
Well, what's great is he's got a success formula that he's able to replicate wherever it is that he goes. So that's important. That's helpful.
It's
that's
huge.
real helpful, from the standpoint of you knowing him, knowing his stocks, knowing how they behave, the behavioral pattern, if you will.
It's a big deal.
You know how to be patient because
it's a big deal. Now you're gonna love this story. And by the way, folks, okay, so if you don't know Rob, he took one of the first gold companies that really found a lot of gold, but wait how he did it. It's Gold Corp, okay? So he did two different things with Gold Corp. Rob was a money manager, so he came out of the money management business and decided to basically get in the actual gold mining business. So if you pull Gold Corp back, okay, goes from $2.60 up to $47, right? Now, the neat thing is this, though. So they do business in the Red Lake District in Canada. Okay, and that is the one of the largest gold deposits for inexpensive gold.
Yeah.
But check it out. So he felt that they had all this land, and that he felt that he knew that there was gold somewhere on this land, like the mother lode, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what he did? He created a contest. Now this is when gold, it was at $252, $280, folks. Okay, he did a contest.
Yeah.
For geologists, right?
Yes,
and he says, listen, send me where you think this is. I'm going to give you $1 million. Flat out.
Yeah.
Bottom line, he had everyone working for him, all the geology.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what happened?
They found it.
Hit the mother lode,
right.
folks.
Yeah, they found
Hit
it big
the
time.
mother
That's right.
lode.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Bottom line goes down. When they were, and the strike was so rich, it was insane. And that's, if Goldcorp actually, you know, didn't take over a few other companies, Goldcorp themselves, when they took over Glamis, what ended up happening is that the Glamis, they have a couple good mines, but they have a couple mines that it's cost too much money.
Yeah.
So the average of the Goldcorp price of getting gold out of the ground went up dramatically.
Yeah, yeah.
But bottom line, you can see how creative the guy is.
Right.
You know?
And if you take that to another step. So you take what it is that he did, okay, years ago.
Yes.
All right. And you also take a look at the actual, when you take a look at what's at your fingertips now. Now I'm not talking about the gold marketplace, just simply resources. Just simply, because you're talking about him just being resourceful.
Yeah, absolutely.
About how he got his outcome.
That's right.
And there are services out there where if you're just getting your business off the ground and you're trying to create a logo or look good or what have you, there are services out there where you can, put out and tell folks what it is that you want, and you'll have 100 different people sending you information.
Right. That's
about your, so it's much smaller scale, but for all different types of services out there, especially in today's world. With the employment situation the way that it is, and it's around the world.
It's huge.
So it's all about just being resourceful. It's about, using a technique that he used.
Well, here, I'll tell you a story. I was just in Boston for a couple of days, folks, and one of my cousins is saying to me, they know what I do, and they know what I've done forever. And he said to me, listen, the day trading deal, basically they're saying, hey, the people are still blowing their brains out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I says, not really. And I was explaining the differences. I says, what I've seen, and I don't particularly know everything that's out there across the world or the United States, but specifically what he was asking is that he knew me in 80, 90, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what did happen, there's no doubt about it, is that plenty of folks got in this business would absolutely, and this was the bull market of the 90s, thinking that you could just hit a button and make money. And I was explaining to them that the amount of education that we even send out there now is a whole different ball game.
Oh, totally.
So
totally.
It's kind of like that. If you take advantage of it. Now I'm not, that's a fact, folks. Okay.
Yes.
And I was explaining to him that, and he listens, whether it's the butterfly or whether it's the Gartley's, that if you actually stay inside the math, that's a different ball game. And that wasn't out, well, let's put it this way. That might have been out there in the 80s and 90s, but the difference was 5 people had it. And they weren't going to let it out. Versus, bottom line is that, you can listen to us and, Larry, and, you're going to see how these patents set up. And then you can make your decision based on that. And that's a different ball game.
No, it is. It is. I mean, that's the vehicle, that you provided here for everybody, which is so cool. Which is just so cool because you've given us the ability to be able to, and I'm talking to us, it's all of us.
Yeah, it is.
To be able to share, it's like having the Tiger's Den. Folks, need to, if they've never experienced a Tiger's Den, you've got this incredible room of people that'll watch your back. They watch your back, my back. We make a misstep or what have you, need information. They're there, and folks can try it out for free.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if you haven't tried Steve's calculator yet, folks, go get it because that, and I had said to Larry, I remember the first time that I saw the true range. I'm saying to myself, you know what, this is huge.
Yeah.
Because what happens, folks, is that like anything else, some things you just know. And I can tell you one thing in life. Once you know it, meaning that just makes sense to you, that's all that matters. Because it might not make sense to someone else, but if it makes sense to you, that's all that matters because you only know yourself.
Well, and I say, if you're confused, that's a good thing. You're about to learn something.
Yeah.
As long as you're willing to take that next step.
That's right.
That's actually what is so cool. Even the call this morning, Mike from Lakeland, he says, yeah, okay, I'm getting it, I'm seeing it, I'm seeing it, I'm seeing it, and that's really, it's like anything. It applies to all of us in life. Eventually, there's a light bulb that goes off. And man, when you have that clarity, ooh, that is a cool thing.
It is a cool thing. Yeah. It absolutely is. Okay, so
markets are just up there.
It's hanging.
On light volume.
Let's go over to that dollar for a second. Go King Dollar. She's hanging that. That's good. So okay, so she's only put another 1,500 contracts, which is nothing. And let's see, she's got. Okay, so you get 17,000 contracts. You're going against 31, and the reality is this is what's pretty cool. This is where it's a win-win. So check this out. If it stays where it's at right now, you get a lost engulfing, and tomorrow it has to go a tick above it.
Yeah.
If it rejects it, you get a hammer at the bottom.
Right.
What we don't want to happen is that we don't want it to go right in the middle, because then Rick from British Columbia is going to be calling us saying, "Uh-oh, we get a doji." Totally, man. Oh, inside the Dow. Let's see what we have happening inside that Dow. Okay? So Big Blue's putting juice into the Dow. Caterpillar, United Technologies, Boeing. Big Mac is taken out of it, so let's.
And that has been a strong stock, so. That's,
let's just see what Big Blue's doing first. So she's going after the highs. MCD, Big Mac she's not doing anything. Big Mac is still hanging up there, pretty much. Apple, we take a look at Apple out here. She's hanging at the highs also. Now what's going to get interesting with Apple is that you have the high, which is the 450, 445. That's 34 million on the daily, and on the weekly from last week. So what you're going to have is a test of the weekly this week.
Yeah.
So you get 87 million on the weekly, and let's see. It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday?
It is. Yeah.
It's Wednesday.
Flying by. It's not just Wednesday. It's February.
February 1st.
January's bye-bye.
It's not
in the rearview mirror.
I know, man. That's sick.
Just seems like we were just trying to we were having what we have like about 3-4 day weeks.
I know.
We're just trying to get that all figured out. But yeah, it's in our rearview mirror.
And then we get the Patriots winning Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's right. Yeah, the 9 o'clock show is going to start on time on Monday morning. It just might be we might be just looking at stock charts.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I might have to slow the speed down just a tad.
I made sure I wasn't setting up too many meetings for Monday morning.
Yeah, I love it. What a big game.
Oh, it's going to be dynamite.
Yeah, and the millions. The millions of folks. I wonder how many chicken wings actually get sold.
I know.
Somebody's got a statistic on that.
Well, I know the statistic. The statistic folks in the downdraft from 2007, to basically 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
The only restaurants that absolutely accelerated were all the chicken restaurants.
Going into
2007, 2009. Because what ended up happening is that you have something that's very affordable.
Yeah.
All those chicken restaurants basically did very well.
Yeah. In fact, who is I don't know, is Tyson? Is that the largest chicken?
I think so.
Are they a public company?
Yeah. Good old Frank Perdue. Frank Purdue's son even looks like a chicken.
I love it.
You gotta love that, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It really is. I mean,
is that like you also look like your pet? You look like your dog, your cat, or?
Oh, I gotta tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you this story, folks. When I came back, in fact, my sister don't even know the story yet. I can't wait to tell her.
Cool.
This is an incredible story about DNA. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, Dow up 139, and Nasdaq up 24, S&P's up 13. We're gonna be right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted that was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider, David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Folks, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. So check this out. I'm walking. My sister has a German Shepherd too, folks, okay? And so I'm up there, and my sister and I, we take the dog for a walk, right? Yeah. Well, folks, I walk really fast. In fact, I walk so fast that when I'm walking down here and my son's with me, he has to run to keep up with me. And I go about 5 miles every day. My sister can walk faster than I can.
Oh, that's great.
Now listen to this. This is crazy. Good. So my father, folks, used to walk the tracks for the New Haven Railroad. And I walked the tracks with him. And I realized this this morning. So this morning I'm walking. I'm saying, man, how does Colleen walk faster than I do? I've never seen anyone walk faster than I do, right? And I realized, I said, that's the DNA from my father, so I can't wait to call her.
I love it.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy, man. It really blew my mind. Because I'm looking at it, I'm saying to myself, how do you walk so fast? Let's go to Bill in Colorado. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, I was looking at PPLT yesterday, and it had a pretty good volume, kind of an engulfing down day, and then today it's made it all back up compared to the GLD. And I'm wondering if can you create a chart that maybe is like GLD minus PPLT?
Yeah, I can, but what are you trying to do?
Well, I don't like this rally. I think the 180 to 190 area, it's been there for over a year. I just don't see how it's going to make its way through there.
Okay. So tell me what you're trying to do, though.
Well, I'm looking for a short.
You're looking for a short. Well, if you're looking for a short, I've been going over to the NDX and leave the metals alone. You know.
Oh, okay.
That's where you're going to make some money. The risk-reward correlation is 10 times better. You know, it's easier money and less risk. You know, the short position in the, let's say if we go over to the gold contract right now, you have gold at, you know, 1745, and it'd be like, I wouldn't be touching anything about 1806. You know, if you don't have it up there, that's fine. But the NDX 100 is to me, the easiest short position right now. Platinum, you know, if you were talking about gold versus platinum and you were buying something, I'd still buy physical platinum, but at lower prices. But see, what gets interesting here is, and what you're hearing off me, folks, even though I think that, yeah, it can go down, but that reward versus risk just doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And what you want to get out of this, Bill, more than anything, and that's why, Steve, we talk about a million. There's so many vehicles.
Yeah.
Okay. And you want to get used to all these different vehicles, because what it does is that something is always out of whack.
Yeah.
In a big way too. Do you know what I mean? Cooking, brother.
Take care.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one.
No, I like it's a great point that you make. You know, and I even mentioned it last night to one of the callers. Because we were taking a look at gold, and I just said, you know, there's better vehicles to trade. I said I would more be looking for gold to pull back and looking for a long entry.
Yeah.
Than I would be trying to short it here. Not that I don't think it's possibly a short here right now, but I would just reward just isn't.
I'm the exact same way. I'm looking for a pullback, but I'm looking to buy that pullback.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Yeah. And you know what ends up happening is that headwise too, you have to wrap your head around that too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because when that comes, folks, okay, let me tell you, if your head is not wrapped around it prior to it, you won't buy it.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
Yeah, and that's actually the great thing about using leading indicators and patterns. Okay,
that's
because you know, it's just like the patterns that are set up inside the indexes, the ETFs, or what have you. Those are patterns that we had drawn in there as targets,
big time,
you know, weeks ago, probably over a month ago, or what have you.
Right.
And now they're there, and now we're just waiting for it to tip one way or the other.
You stay right there, folks. Going up to Newton, Mass. with Basil Chapman, then Tucson, Arizona, Larry Pesavento. Back here with David White and myself, 4 to 6. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
See you in the morning, folks, and live with gratitude.
A beautiful thing. Wow!